I remember when I had my first Bible in my hands. That was from the 1500s. I think it was like 1560, first edition Geneva Bible. I picked it up in England, in Portsmouth, England, at a bookshop. And I purchased it. And I remember I was astounded because the Bible that I had in my hands wasn't close to the Bible that I had as a young man and as a child. Then I was shown a King James Bible from the early 1600s, and it was very much like the ones from the 1560 and not like the Bible that I have today. So I did some inquiring. What are these Apocrypha books that are in the middle between the Old Testament and the New Testament in these old Bibles that I don't have today? Now, I understand that these books that are there are interspersed in the Catholic Bible. They're not put as Apocrypha books, they're just interspersed. Yet, I have to wonder, why were they taken out? But not only that, there was something I read in there that caught my eye, that made me wonder, is it prophecy for the end times? Is it? Because God said that the young man and the old people will see visions and dreams, like Daniel did several times in the book of Daniel. But this is what I read that caught my eye. It was 2nd Ezra chapter 6. I'm going to read you the King James Version. I'm going to read you the entire section because it goes from 6 verse 18 and the sentence goes all the way through 21, and then it goes a little bit further. So I'm going to read 17 through 24. So Ezra 6, 17 to 24, King James Version. I'm going to point this out to you. There's a reason for reading this. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Sion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then I will show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound. And when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Continuing on, verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation and the end of the world. Now, I want to go back to this, verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. Okay, so here we have, if this is prophecy, where are we on this? Well, a couple years ago we had a premature baby that was born at 21 weeks old. For your math, that is 5 months and 1 week. And they're getting better and better with technology. With these preemies, like a lot of my nieces and nephews were born premature big time. Put them in the palm of your hand. Um, and then they're getting better at technology so that the babies that are born at the hospital that are premature, a lot of them they're being able to get to put them in incubators and help them to grow. My nephews and nieces that were premature, they're huge. They're fat. They're huge. Um, so I'm wondering here, are we seeing the end times? Because it's not going to be long before they're going to be able to take children from 3 and 4 months old, which would be 12 weeks and 16 weeks premature. And they'll be born and they shall live and be raised up. So when this happens, they have to live and be raised up. They have to be like 7, 8, 9 years old. Because remember, children died very young. A lot of them did back when this was written. So when we see our first untimely birth of 12 to 16 weeks old and the babies are taken and raised up, now we have to wait for them to reach 5, 6, 7 years old. And when that happens, this has been fulfilled. If this is indeed prophecy, I want to put that into your knowledge because I was made aware of this in my 20s. I'm now 60. I've never forgotten this. I've paid attention. How old are the premature babies? Are we facing this time when the Lord Jesus is going to come back and start making inquisitions? Is he coming back because the affliction of Zion has been fulfilled? Jerusalem. Well, Jerusalem's here. So, is it coming close? Are we just but a few years off? Watch the premature babies. Wait till we get one that's 12 to 16 weeks old. And they're able to raise them up with no problems. Then, if this is prophecy, you're going to see Christ's return to make inquisitions. Just food for thought. This is something I wonder about, and I pondered on, and I want to bring to your attention as we're studying the end times. If you like this, please hit the like button. Please keep hitting the ads on here so that I do get paid a stipend for this. It helps. I make about $400 a month from this. Of course, I have to pay taxes on it. And hit the subscribe button, the bell button below. I'll bring things to your attention that you can ponder on and think about and make up your mind. I'm not here to make up your mind. I'm here to give you information and give you the original languages and have you make up your mind. This is here. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 6. If you go on your computer and punch in Geneva version, it's easy to read like your NIV. If you want to get the 1611 King James, you can do that and read it. I'm reading King James now online. And my Bible actually has this in there because mine is from 1629 that I use at church regularly before the pandemic. So it's in there, and I read it. I read the whole thing. So I think it might be worth considering. Please keep in your prayers, and God bless.